to Bulgaria for the 29th World Championships in Trampoline Gymnastics. Over 300 gymnasts from 39 countries are set to contest 14 gold medals across 4 days of intense competition. It's Sofia's impressive Armek Arena. That's the venue. Plenty of excitement in store. The lineup for the women's synchro final: Russia, Ukraine, Great Britain, Belarus, Uzbekistan, United States, China and Canada. China will battle away with Canada, I'm sure, and then the candidates pile up for the bronze medal position after them. So Russia's Anna Konitskaya and Anastasia Felichko set to begin this women's synchro final. It's a good start. Matching the kick out from the double tuck. Rudy out, nicely done. Half in, half out. Double pike kick out and half out tucked. Half in, half out to finish, and one lost control, the far trampoline. So just at the last gasp. Problem for Russia. Nice double tuck kick out. Rudy out tucked. Half in, half out. Nicely synchroed. And there you can see the problem. 45 the score, difficulty of 12. They're up from qualifying. They got 43.5 for the voluntary. Ukraine, Diana Kluchnik and Natalia Mosvina. They qualified in 7th place. And Ukraine were 5th in the synchro final in the 2011 World Championships in Birmingham. Matching well. Just a little bit ahead, the near trampoline. Tidied up nicely though. Foot contact, very, very synchronized, the first few skills. Roll round the Rudy out. Good timing, good synchro. Full in, full out. And the out bounce, not vital, but it would be nice to finish exactly as one. So Ukraine, 46.7 have gone into the lead, ahead of Russia after 2. Great Britain's Kat Driscoll and Amanda Parker, fresh from the women's team victory now. Bronze medal in Birmingham, the 2011 World Championships. They qualified in 6th, but they've got 46 they scored for the voluntary of their qualification round, so they're up there and they could improve on that. Triff opener, half in, half out piked, and Kat Driscoll's travelling. Pull it back well. Double pike kick out, slightly out of sync. Full in, full out, and they pulled it back together well. So Kat Driscoll and Amanda Parker, and the British women got a synchro bronze in Birmingham 2 years ago. They qualified in 6th. Triff opener, half in, half out piked, nicely timed, but Kat started to travel, pulled it back in the double tuck. Double pike, and the kick out was slightly awry. You saw one kick before the other. But they pulled it together for the full in, full out last skill. 47.5, they got into the lead. Good synchronization score. Belarus, Anna Harchanak and Maria Long. And Belarus, they qualified in 5th. But they've not got the same armory and the same difficulty in the voluntary as the British girls, who at the moment are in the lead. But it's about going through, it's about being together. And a near trampoline slightly ahead of the far. Not mirrored in flight. Good kick out from the double pike. So that's the bid from Belarus. Britain 0.8 clear of Ukraine. Russia in 3rd at the moment. 2.5 adrift. Well matched on contact. But the near trampoline lost a little bit of height and brought her down to earth, or down to bed, a little bit earlier. Belarus score 45.7. And they're in 3rd place at the moment, so Great Britain with 4 gone are in front. Uzbekistan, Anna Kasparian and Ekaterina Kilko. Kilko, vastly experienced, 31 years old now. Bronze medalist in Beijing at the Olympic Games. They qualified in 4th. Tiny bit out on synchro. Oh, and there's a travel, but they're pulling it back nicely. Half out, nice under control. Double pike kick out. Half out tuck, nicely done. And they're slightly adrift on the twisting double final move. There's Kilko. Katerina has done so much for Uzbekistan trampolining. You can see slightly different shapes there on the final area, as well as during the routine on occasion. The kick out was matched on the double tuck, and you can see this was awry on the final skill as well. So Synchro will be down. Katerina Kilko leads Anna Kasparian to the kiss and cry area. 13.1 difficulty, but 45.3, and the sync down to 17.2. And with 2 pairings to go, Great Britain are guaranteed a medal. The colour depends on the performance of both China and Canada. This is Li Dan and Zhong Jinping from China. The Chinese synchro pair were world champions back in 2009. These are both from Guangdong, one 25 years old, one 26. They qualified in 2nd. There's the call. One more bounce and they're in. There it comes. Mirrored well so far. Rudy out. Double pike kick out, slightly adrift now, and one's gone ahead of the other, so the synchro mark will be down. A very, very clean, good safe start. .47.5 is the total in the lead at the moment, that from Great Britain. Smiles from the Chinese pair. That's a straight summy just to get the timer right, and it was very effective. Opening very strongly. This slightly out, but 2-3 middle bounces. Now, have they done enough? Gone into second, 47.1, so Great Britain ahead of China. Great Britain is celebrating. So they should. This is their second gold medal. Amanda Parker and Kat Driscoll. Kat Driscoll can't believe it. She's very emotional. And it's the second time she's had a major contribution to make to a gold medal. That was amazing for them. Disappointment for Canada. 5.6. They're down in 8th. These things happen. They're relaxed about it. What a result for Great Britain. They take gold over China, who are ahead of Ukraine. A surprise bronze for them. Belarus, Uzbekistan. And look, Canada, the favourites, down in 8th place. United States in 7th behind Russia. Oh, great. Great Britain take gold. Cheers and hugs. Kat Driscoll, the second gold medal. Great Britain take gold, China silver, and Ukraine bronze in women's synchro. Happy smiles. The men's synchro final gets underway. And Tu Xiao. The lineup for the men's synchro final. China, Russia, Belarus, they finished in the top 3 positions. And you see they will go in the last 3 in this order. Look out for a big challenge from Japan though. 8 pairs have made this final. Portugal first up, Diogo Abreu and Diego Lopez, and qualified 9th place to get into this final by countback. Only 1 pair per nation. Both 20 years old. Second as a pair in a World Series event, but they're already out. Matching, not in the air and way out. And that could have been very dangerous. Well spotted. You could see early on they were not in sync. A pity. You can see they were out on the triff, and then the half-in Rudy out brought a few problems. Far trampoline, gained, hips forward. Very lucky, and that was good work from the spotters. Abreu on the left and Lopez on the right. Never mind, he said. 21.6 for Portugal. Keegan and Kyle Son. It's Kyle nearest to the camera. Keegan 21, Kyle 24. They were second in the World Series event earlier on this year. Qualified in 8th. Here they go. Match the triff. Match the half in, half out. Second triff, slightly adrift. Kyle is wandering a little bit on the near tramp. And they're way out on sync, but they'll keep going. And they've caught it back. Brilliant work to get that back. I think Kyle was a little bit wild nearest to us, but they persevered and got it back in time. Pike triff, that worked. Half in, half out piked. But then on the second triff, that's a big skill. Kyle made bed first, and then it went a bit wild for a while. But by the time they got to the last 3 skills, they were back in sync. Great work from them. So the synchro score will be down a little bit. But they survived it. Kyle talking about it now, in the middle of the picture. Yes, sync down to 14.6, 44.3 the score. But well done indeed for staying on. Peter Jensen and Christian Andersen. Now, Peter Jensen was with a different partner to take 8th place in the final in Birmingham 2 years ago. He's 33 years old now. Here he is in yet another final. Great career. Pike triff. Half in, half out. Looking good. Rudy out. This is looking good. Half in, half out tucked. Half out. Half out tucked. Yes, indeed. Denmark held it together. Tiny bit awry in contact, but that was a good performance from them. Wow. Christian Andersen shaking his head. I don't know why. They did a great job. He qualified in 7th. Look at this. Pike triff. Nicely done. Half in, half out followed. That was good. Good contact. Half in, half out tuck. Look at this. Full in, half out. A little bit awry. But Miller in sync is not a bad call. What have they done? Yeah, look at the sync. 18.2. 47.9. Good job.
Next in Japan,
Japan. Manabu Yamaguchi and Yasuhira Uyama. Great opportunity for them. Uyama, of course, 4th in the men's individual final. There's the call. One more bounce and they're in. Tuck triff. Very nice. Look at this. 3 triffs in unison. It's impressive so far. Set up the final skill. Oh, and Japan looking great. A little bit hairy for one moment on the near tramp. That was Yamaguchi. But that was such a difficult routine too. Great stuff from Japan. And it will give them the lead. The question is whether the big guns from Belarus, Russia and China can match it. Look at this. 3 triffs to open up a synchro routine is Pretty impressive stuff. Let's look at the difficulty. $16.2. Synchro was 17. 49.2. Big score for them. But the performances of Russia and China will determine which color. Russia up next. Melnik and Azarian. Mikhail Melnik, Sergei Azarian. 7th in the 2010 Synchro. Azarian, he was with a different partner. Let's see how he makes with Melnik. Call has gone out, they're away. Pike triff, half in triff, tuck triff. Half in, half out tucked. Very nice. Going well. Half in, half out pike. Half out. Little bit out. But wrestled it back. So Russia challenging Japan. Japan had 17 on Synchro and a 16-2 difficulty. Best in Synchro so far have come from Denmark, 18.2, but they were way down on difficulty at 14.8. But look at this, pike triff, 3 triff opener, half in. A little bit early out was Azarian. And they're tucked in behind Japan. 16 the difficulty, 16 the sink, and the score 48. Japan 1, Russia 2. So it's down to China now. And experts the world over marvel at the way the Chinese can retain their height. It's about midsection and discipline. Half in, half out, sets up the... Oh, and he's off! I think that's He Yuqiang. But that is so unusual. As long as he's all right, though. Rudy out triff. Half in, half out. It looked okay. But the pike triff pulled him away to the side. And off he came. What a thriller of a final. China have 10.7. And we have an amazing situation for Denmark. Who, to be fair to them, they're synchronized as the best of the lot. The difficulty was down, but they've got themselves a bronze medal. Great from them. So gold to Japan in the men's synchro, silver to Russia, and Denmark a well-deserved bronze. Their synchro was the best of the bunch. To see China down in 7th, to miss a routine is very unusual. Oh, they're delighted. Yes. Japan really pulled out all the stops. A 3 triff opener in a synchro competition is amazing. Gold to Japan, silver to Russia, and bronze to Denmark.